Anyway, part 5, conversation about the films. Ever since I first saw Suzanne years ago, your process as a filmmaker has intrigued me. I love films. Probably what I love most of all is autobiographical films. Black autobiographical documentary films are not that common, or as common as they should be, it seems to me, particularly not autobiographical films by Black artists. In an article by the film and literature scholar Valerie Smith, she mentioned Suzanne, 1982, in the context of Your Own Finding Christa, 1991, Marco Williams's In Search of Our Fathers, 1992, Thomas Allen Harris's Vintage, Families of Value, 1995, and Judy Cross's Secret Daughter, 1996. Could you share with us what motivated you and your husband, Jim Hatch, to collaborate on such personal films? Could you talk a bit about your vision of the films and the prints and the sculpture coexisting as extensions of one another, as aspects of the same core of your visual imagination?
Well, so is the library. It's just
everything is a continuation.
It's just material.
Yeah. Media.
Well, Suzanne was addicted to heroin, and she got off of it, we thought.
You did?
Yeah. And we went out there. We didn't even call her, did we, Jim? We just went out there, got a film crew, and she said, "What, Boots?" Because they call me Bootsy. Boots, what y'all doing out there? We said, "We'll make a film." I said, "Who's in the film?" We said, "You." But everybody signed a release. Anything that ran past that camera, we stopped, started, whatever. And we did it, and they were very honest in their response. And sometimes we went overboard because they elicited a memory that was, you know, but they freely gave. And then some things we edited out because, we didn't need it. If you need it, it's a problem. But we didn't need it, and so we took some things out, or maybe the children didn't know quite that somebody was out there on the block and stuff like that. But it was like to reward her. But I don't think it really did, because I think it rewarded her, but you know, people interpret, no, people interpret your effort in a different way than you do. And you think it's a great reward, and maybe they're really looking at MTV. You know, technique, you know, fly through the air, jump in the Cadillac and run off someplace. But, you know, I don't know.
Camille, what happened to all the rough cuts? Because I know you said there are many. Because what she does is she shoots the film of the family, and then she considers the family's feelings and make sure that people are presented in a way that will not further traumatize them. Which
I'm not going to trauma. They make their own.
Exactly.
They can't wait. They make their own.
Is it part of the archive?
It's the outtakes.
The outtakes are where?
The archive.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, but people don't want the outtakes.
I do.
Yeah.
I love outtakes.
Yeah. Tonnage.
I have Marlon Mix's out.
Oh, no.
Of my mother.
What we're trying to do is to get, since UCLA now has taken all of our films.
So they have the outtakes?
No, they don't want the outtakes, because it's tonnage. You know, you got a little film, you got about this big source.
That's right.
And then you see this.
Then this great big thing.
They don't want that. Not unless it's historical. You can sell them if they're historical.
Except you don't know that, by the way.
I know, but so it goes in the dark. I don't know. You can pay for storage for maybe 500 years or something. Some we're using, you know.
Yeah, you probably go back and when you make another film, you realize you have a piece that we'll use.
We will. That's
because
what
the
we're
thing
doing.
is, in the 6 films, what's interesting in watching about them and why I ask for more, is you see that various vintages of film that was shot by your grandfather,
my mother,
your stepfather, your mother. Who else was shooting? Dodson was shooting.
My stepfather, my mother. I mean, but you know, they shot.
And then there's different vintages of the times you shot
from different things. So, well, Suzanne we borrowed for string of pearls. We borrowed
Exactly.
for string of pearls. We wanted to see how the young men fared who were 11 and 9 years old. They didn't fare well.
That was a string of pearls. That's the most
Yeah,
recent
they
one.
didn't.
They haven't.
No.
But they may.
Oh, you don't survive. Peter, poor Peter. We have a tape where we're talking about Peter as a prince, and we love, he's 11 years old, all these things we have for him. Peter made bad judgments. He's drinking. He's an alcoholic. And so he's been in jail, in and out of jail, in and out of jail, having babies he shouldn't have, and all kinds of stuff. And one of the other kids received the wrong package from a friend and federal prison 7 years. No, one did pretty good, but and that was class and education. I think was a part of the problem.
Why did you use the Sepulveda Dam, which
Sepulveda Dam?
which I looked up, and it's a major location for a lot of films.
In the valley.
Yeah, so why did you
I'm
use it?
from California. It was a beautiful sculpture. I just loved it.
It's so brilliant.
And then I wanted to use Alexander Nevsky music, but I understand that the American composers now are assisting and harboring the Russian composers called thievery and stealing. So they have to go through them to get the copyright to use the music. So I got a musician who would play Russian-esque kind of music.
Oh, I love that music in the film.
And then those two little children were my cousins, and with the running with the saris.
But they the one that was in Toronto, right?
A String of Pearls.
Is it Toronto?
Yes, but those children now, they went to Spelman, they graduated, they're hot now.
It's a very painterly film. And do you think, this is my last question, do you think the films, which are the most personal, or rather the collection, which is the most expansive and inclusive, will be your greatest legacy?
Well, all of it.
You don't want to separate it,
Can't. Same person doing it.
right?
Yeah, why not do it all? Why not? Who said we couldn't do that? Some curator
Well, you
that they don't want in 10 more years? It's nice to see them fall from the 70s, where they is always there. Nobody don't want you. They like this little girl. And you just wait long enough, and honey, you ain't seen them in years in the magazine. That precious girl is no longer. Isn't that interesting?
It's the Brits.
do I dare to